A lovely morning it is, and thank you so much, viewers, for still watching Morning Live. And you're watching Morning Live Lifestyle on TV2, the Pulse of Television. I'm Brenda Kamendo, and this morning I'll be talking to Ivan Mweene, who's the man behind the concept of Kabanana, as well as a script writer. I'm sure most of you know what I'm talking about when I say Kabanana. Well, here's the man behind the whole concept that used to make you stay glued to your TV. Good morning, Ivan, and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Brenda. Thank you for having me.
First things first, who is Ivan Mweene?
Well, I guess in a short space of time, I would say Ivan Mweene is a motivated, driven, um, inspired person that hopes to bring change to his environment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that's who I am in a nutshell.
All right. Is Ivan married?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not married anymore. I used to be divorced with one child,
Okay.
a young daughter, and she is also also my inspiration now as well
Okay.
to do great things for the world and the country at large.
All right. Take us through your educational background. How was it like?
Well, I grew up in the UK because my father was a diplomat during the good old days of Kaunda.
Okay.
And so I grew up in the UK and then came back to Zambia, went to Kablonga Boys, and then also took a high school, did my tertiary education in marketing and sales and marketing, and now I'm also pursuing a master's program in media masterclass.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's basically in terms of education, that's where I am. I've spent a lot of time reading and writing. I'd say my greatest inspiration about writing came about when I was, I think in 1995,
Okay.
when I heard a motivational talk by a person called Neil Eskelin, who said that all of us, I think we say about 3,000 words per day or something like that. And
Which is true.
Yeah, and we have the opportunity to write if we just put those thoughts onto paper, because anyone can write. It's very, very easy. It's just putting those thoughts onto paper. And I began to, I had a lot of imagination even as a child growing up, and my friends would always comment and laugh about me that I was in the wrong country. So I managed to put those thoughts to paper and started writing different concepts and different ideas, and started working with an advertising agency called Young and Rubicam and then as a copywriter. Then from there, I went to South Africa. I worked there for some time and came back to Zambia. So I spent a lot of time writing off and on, off and on. I've written a number of different books and scripts.
Okay. So what are some of the works that you've worked on? Tell us some of the works that you've.
Well, I mean, obviously the most prolific is Cabanana, because everyone knows that.
Yes.
And I guess what some may not know or may have forgotten was the idea behind Cabanana was to try to conceptualize a family that was doing well in Zambia. But despite doing well, they had obviously general challenges that they had to overcome as a family. And the idea was that despite having these challenges, that they'll be able to overcome them and inspire the watchers and viewers to realize that there's still hope in their lives, and there is still good that they can do in their lives as well. And that was the inspiration and backbone of Cabanana. After that, when TV2 was being launched, I was commissioned to do a series called The Seer.
Okay.
I think I'm obviously some might catch it, some didn't catch it.
How come I missed that?
I have no idea, but it got a good following for its time, and I guess now some may call it cult following now.
Okay.
It was basically a series about a young man who was driven to do good, and he was being driven good. He realizes that he's more than just a person. He's like a young man entering a prophetic ministry of sorts. And as he does that, forces of darkness are against him, and it all happens in one day.
Okay.
It starts in the morning and ends in the evening, and so 13 episodes. So it was a hectic project to shoot and write at the same time. There were various challenges we had, but all in all, it was a very good experience because I learned a lot from it.
Okay. So what are some of the challenges that you face in this industry, when it comes to writing or coming up with the concept, or just producing a film?
Well, I think the foremost challenge you may find is that no one will take your work seriously. That'll be the first challenge. But I think never give up on that. If you believe in your work and you believe in what it can do, never give up. Of course, any craft needs to be sharpened. I mean, no tool arrives sharp. You have to sharpen it to get it to where it needs to be. And sometimes, even if you get criticism about your work, if you get criticism, that's good, because people have seen the potential behind your idea, and you need to just help grow it. Now, the next challenge obviously is that you may not get funding. for your project, and that is, I think, is a huge one, because obviously everyone is in this endeavor to try to get paid as well, because we got to pay bills. So the issue is that how do you maneuver on funding? Well, sometimes you just have to punch through and just get favors here and there, and not always actually use actual cash to get your project off the ground. And I know that there are certain industries or certain companies or institutions that if you give them a demo of what you've done and it's high quality, they can give you the opportunity to take it to the next level. But you've got to do the biggest sacrifice yourself, and not give up on it.
So did you take any sacrifices when coming up with the banana pizza?
Well, at the time I was working, so it wasn't much of a sacrifice. But with the seer, yes, it was, because I wasn't working at the time, and it was I had to basically I had to write it, produce it, film it, and direct it,
Right.
which was and edit it as well, which was murder.
Made a
Yeah.
bit of hard work. Yeah.
Very lot of hard work, yeah.
Oh, okay. So someone who's watching out there, what inspiration, word of advice would you give them?
I would say never give up on your dreams. Always pursue them. Push them to the limit. You may get pushed to the left or to the right, but keep moving forward. And don't let anyone discourage you. Because if you have a dream, that dream was put in you for a reason. And it may not come to fruition today or tomorrow, but it will come to fruition as long as you keep it alive and you keep striving for that dream.
Thank you so much, Ivan, for your time.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. There you have it, viewers, from the experts. Imagination, putting your thoughts on paper, determination, always staying focused is what Ivan is telling us this morning. For those of you who want to be in this field. My name is Brenda Kamindo on High Profile. It's back to the guys in the studio. Keep watching Morning Live on TV2, the Pulse of Television. Good morning.